I just want to give a quick trigger warning. The topic of my speech today is opioid overdoses and how to dispense Narcan. So let's carry on with my speech. Anybody can carry naloxone, also known as Narcan for those of you who don't know. Narcan is a synthetic drug which blocks opioid receptors in the nervous system. It's used in times of emergencies and opioid overdoses. The simple step of being prepared to dispense Narcan to someone experiencing an overdose can potentially save a life. Some may believe Narcan's only role in addiction treatment is not relapse prevention, but rather damage control in the event that an overdose occurs. The knowledge of how to dispense Narcan is important due to the fact that we are still in an ongoing opioid crisis. Opioids are a class of drug that includes the illegal drug heroin, as well as power pain relievers available by prescription, such as oxycodone, hydrocodone, morphine, fentanyl, codeine, and methadone, and many others. In the past 2 decades alone, opioid usage rates have only risen. As a college student in today's world, we never really intentionally put ourselves in these situations, but overdoses aren't an event that wait for the right time to occur. With this being said, many of us wouldn't think twice about having to carry an EpiPen, so why not be prepared for all situations and emergencies? According to the National Center for Drug Abuse Statistics, the reports show as of 2021 that around 50,000 people died from opioid overdoses. 2,400 of these deaths were in California alone. Without proper knowledge of what to do in a situation in which someone is overdosing, the time period of saving that individual's life gets cut down in half. Last year, the CDC published an article titled Life-Saving Naloxone. The article states nearly 40% of all overdoses, someone else was present, meaning having Narcan available allows bystanders to help fatal overdoses before it's irreversible and proper care can arrive. Although it's common knowledge that opioids and pain pills can be addicting, it's not common knowledge what an opioid overdose looks like. Opioid overdose symptoms can include severe depression of the respiratory system, constricted nausea, mental confusion, drowsiness, severe sweats, and pinpoint pupils. Some of you in the class may have never seen a Narcan dispenser, but for those of you who haven't, this is what it looks like. Such a small device for something that could save somebody's life. But the truth is about Narcan, more than one dose is sometimes needed. For instance, I'm going to give you a scenario. Say a friend has a cocaine addiction, but has quickly fallen into using fentanyl after getting hooked. Although fentanyl was historically marketed for end-stage cancer treatment and was applied via patches on the skin, the street illicit form of fentanyl occurs in a powdered form, or occurs and often appears in counterfeit tablets, pills, and gel capsules, attempting to mimic certain prescription drugs. You have plans to see this friend that we previously described, but when you go to see them, you see this friend leaning forward with their face in their lap. They're breathing slowly and they're pale in the face. What do? Many of us are not trained for a situation like this, but today I'm going to go over the right steps. You would take your Narcan dispenser, which has a peel back tab right here. I'm going to shift to one that is previously opened, like this. Peels down. You would insert this, but first you want to make sure if the individual is leaning forward, you want to place them back so they can get the proper airway suction. This device goes into the either side of either nostril. It goes into the part where it's closes into a smaller hole. You would push this device one time, not multiple jabs, but a solid jab up. Then you wait. You call 911 in this time while you're waiting for the Narcan to soak in. But in the time being, you can also dispense a second dose of Narcan. You want to do this second dosage in the opposite nostril. With these facts being said, according to the National Institute on Drug Abuse, they state in their peer-reviewed statements published in June 2021 that Narcan is only active in the body for 30 to 90 minutes, and its effects could wear off before those of the opioids, causing the user to stop breathing again. People who are given Narcan should be observed constantly until emergency care arrives, meaning it's important to get medical attention to the individual before it becomes fatal, even if you got the opportunity to dispense Narcan. The things we talked about today are how to properly dispense Narcan, why this affects college students, and who this is affecting. I hope you take this knowledge and carry it on with you. Thank you. Please reach out to me if you need any resources on how to properly get Narcan.